If we were to sum up everyone's biggest financial goal, it would certainly be to end up with a positive balance every month. Nowadays, the vast majority of people spend everything they earn or find themselves in debt. Well, that's exactly why I'm saying that simply staying in the black at the end of the month is already a sign that we have financial control and are on the right track. But hold on, today I'm going to talk about 6 things that we all should do to improve our financial lives in 2024, whether you're in debt or even if you always end the month in the black. And just to be clear, I am not here to give false hope or to say that you'll change your financial life to the point of becoming a millionaire with a Ferrari in 2024. I'm here to talk about financial education with an emphasis on breaking free from that cycle of just working to pay bills, always working more to try to pay off last month's bills and never actually having money, just using it to pay bills on top of bills. So, the focus here is on giving tips to get out of debt, stop spending everything you earn, and have money left over in the bank, forming what I like to call a financial reserve, which I'll talk more about later. And everything I'm going to talk about here, many will think it's obvious and that everyone already knows, but most people don't apply it. 1. Pay off debts. If you don't have any debt, great, keep it that way. It's ideal that we all practice the idea of only buying when we have money. And mind you, that doesn't mean that if you have money, you need to buy. When most people get a job with a slightly higher salary, for example, they see a TV they want to buy but don't have the money to pay in cash, so they go and buy it in 12 installments. At that moment, the person has already committed to paying that monthly installment for a year, already with a debt to pay. But if they're working now and receiving an income, they think they'll be able to pay it off easily. Now, imagine they get laid off after a few months of work. How will they pay the installments for the month that they already committed to paying for all that time? This is when they become part of the group of people with debts, accumulating interest at the bank. Instead of paying in 12 installments, focus on saving money until you can buy in cash and with a discount. Because then, when you buy the TV, it will already be yours, and there will be no risk of getting into debt if you happen to get laid off. You'll find that you'll start living much lighter than having a series of installments on your card. Now, you might be thinking, how am I going to save money to buy my things if I never have anything left over? That's where we go to the second point. 2. Track your expenses. This is the oldest concept of financial education, and it's still the most effective. Many people don't care about this and think it's silly to track expenses, but start doing it, and you'll see how effective it is. You'll see what's draining your money the most and start paying more attention to these expenses. Everyone has something they spend more than usual on, and that is responsible for draining their money. So, it's good to track everything to have a clearer picture of your expenses. You can do it with pen and paper or on your phone or also with apps. I've been using Good Budget for a while now, and it's been great for organizing finances there, but do whatever works best for you, okay? By tracking, you'll visualize your expenses and organize yourself better so you don't spend everything you earn. 3. Live at least one step below your income. Like I mentioned, this video is filled with obvious yet rarely practiced concepts. If you start living one step below your income, you'll already see an improvement in your finances, even if it's small at the beginning. But you'll find that you'll start to have control over your expenses because it's like the illustration shows. Living below your income means spending less than you earn. In other words, staying in the black every month. For example, if you earn $3,000, try to save $300 per month and spend the remaining $2,700. That's the idea of living one step below. But of course, that was just an example. Everyone will adapt it to their own reality, right? But see, the idea is for you to think of yourself as a company that is always profitable every month. That's the main idea I want to convey here. Stop living just to pay your bills and start investing in your future, because then, instead of just paying bills with your salary, you'll also pay yourself, meaning you'll save a portion of your income to build your financial reserve. 4. Emergency fund. This is the first form of financial reserve, and it's certainly the most important thing. Even if you don't want to have it, the usefulness of this so-called emergency fund is undeniable because it provides us with the security of not getting into debt. By building the reserve, We have money that will serve to protect us against unforeseen events. Having the reserve gives us more peace of mind to face the day-to-day obstacles. It also serves to secure us in times when we have no income, such as being laid off, for example. That is, all those moments of emergencies, of unforeseen events which we don't expect to happen. Okay, but why is it the first financial reserve we should have? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we have to have the discipline to set aside a portion to create our financial reserve, money that doesn't go away with expenses but stays with us. But just because the name is financial reserve doesn't mean you should save it. In the emergency fund, ideally, we should have around 6 months of our monthly cost of living. So, if you spend $3,000 per month, the ideal is to have a reserve of $18,000. Yes, it's a lot. That's why I always say that for those of you who are just starting out or haven't started building your reserve yet, aim first for the initial reserve, which is to have a stockpile of about $3,000. This will already bring you financial security. This reserve should be invested in a fixed income investment that also offers immediate or daily liquidity. So you have the security of a conservative investment and can also withdraw the money whenever you want. After all, emergencies don't wait to happen. 5. Invest every month. After you have at least the initial reserve formed, it's interesting that you start investing for real, thinking long-term, investing for retirement, for example. Because as I always tell you, when we invest our money every month and also reinvest, we form the famous snowball effect of investments. If we invest, for example, $300 per month in an investment that yields 0.8% per month, at the end of the first month, we'll have something around $302.40 with the $300 we invested plus the earnings. Yes, it's very little earnings for a whole month, but the idea is for you to continue investing every month, as this is where we see the effect of compound interest. With more than $300 and the earnings by reinvesting them, doing this month after month. And of course, the higher our monthly contribution, the faster we'll see the earnings appearing. But start with what you can as soon as possible to create this habit. There are fixed income investments, such as treasury bonds, money market funds, and treasury inflation-protected securities. These are the most famous if you have a more conservative profile and don't want to expose yourself to market fluctuations. Or if you're looking for higher returns, you can opt for variable income investments, such as stocks and real estate funds. I recommend that you research more about each type of investment to get a better understanding and see which one fits best with your profile. 6. Increase your income. As I mentioned earlier, it's super important to live on less than you earn, control expenses, build an emergency fund, and invest every month. However, we won't see many results if we remain stagnant with a low income, saving little monthly to invest. And don't get me wrong, it's super important to start investing every month, even with little money, to create the habit and understand practically how the world of investments works. But know that earning more accelerates this whole process because this way we can invest a larger amount monthly, whether by earning extra income on weekends, studying to be promoted, or getting an extra job, or by starting our own business. Well, there are many ways to increase your income, and I know that talking about it in theory is easy. In practice, it's totally different and harder. But that's how it is for those of us who weren't born heirs. We have to earn our money with active income, meaning working to invest and be able to generate passive income over time in the long run. I hope today's video has helped you in some way. If you liked it and aren't subscribed to the channel, don't miss the chance and subscribe right now. Thank you very much for watching this far. I'll see you in the next video.